High above on his perch, traffic looks rather mundane to Damon Surzyshyn. But when you're used to driving a race car at more than 100 miles an hour, you can understand his boredom. After the chance to go to race school a few years ago in Tremblant, Quebec, Surzyshyn has been hooked on racing.
After that, I came back to Winnipeg, joined the Winnipeg Sports Car Club, and I've been racing ever since. In Winnipeg, or in and around Winnipeg, I race Formula V, which is open wheel. But I've always wanted to test myself at a higher standard, to see what it was like to race with the pros.
This year, Surzyshyn saw his dream come true competing at the Honda Indy Grand Prix in Alabama at Barber Motorsports Park.
It's in the Pirelli World Challenge, which is a sports car and touring car series. So they, cars that you see on the road, sort of. Modified for racing quite a bit. But there's a real strong tie to what people drive and what cars people are passionate about in their daily life. So it was the full IndyCar circus there. There was semis and motorhomes and Andrettis everywhere. It was really, really cool. And Barber Motorsport Park is interesting too. It's probably the most beautiful racetrack anywhere, and it's like a country club for race car drivers. Well, it's funny because you think at a racetrack you're going to be hanging out in the pits and stuff, but honestly I spent a lot of time in front of a computer studying video and telemetry from the race, which is not that different from when I'm sitting in my suite editing.
Surzyshyn owns Nomad Production, making videos and documentaries for a variety of clients. While working on some commercials for Beyond Borders, he found another cause for him to race.
The work they do to stop child sexual abuse, human trafficking, and just things that are horrible that nobody wants to take on really inspired me.
Surzyshyn quickly found there were a lot of women involved with the organization, but few men.
And they launched a man-to-man campaign, and I was looking through that, and one of the people in the man-to-man campaign was Jacques Villeneuve, which definitely caught my attention. And I thought, they've got all these stars and celebrities and sports people, but maybe just as more of an average Joe, I could encourage other normal guys to get involved.
Surzyshyn decided to brand his car with the Beyond Borders logo and race to bring awareness to the organization on an international level.
I think you got to try and give back any way you can, and fundraising seems to work really well, and it also raises a lot of awareness. If you can sort of mix like a group of people that wouldn't normally be exposed to a certain issue, like if you look at car racing, it skews male. NBC Sportsnet, which broadcasts the race, skews male. Pirelli World Challenge skews male, and Beyond Borders skews female. So why not bring Beyond Borders to this male-dominated world and get some attention?
And how did Surzyshyn do in his race?
I qualified 9th, and I was running in 9th for most of the race. Had a little bit of I wouldn't say it's a race, I call it more of a battle with a couple Mini Coopers, and one of them gave me a really good hit, which cost me a couple positions. And but yeah, I'll get back and we'll settle that.
Corner one's a fast left-hander. Quick dab on the brakes, back on the gas.
For Go Winnipeg, I'm Tracy Koga.
Brake hard for the carousel.